Let's kickstart by talking about your own action figure, because it's just been released and it was done by Cella Toys, who are red hot right now. Nick Aldez, Hayabusa, Dynamite Kid, and yourself. And as you're a big figure collector, I just basically want to ask you, how does it feel to have your own action figure?
Insane. I am an insane action figure collector, and this is like literally my dreams come true in front of me. Like, this here is what all the bumps were about, like all the concussions I've had, all the travel in wrestling. I said to myself, I will make it in wrestling when I get my own action figure. So this is like, I'm not even putting it over huge enough. This is so insanely huge to me. This is like the epitome of my wrestling career here, is that I have this. And it's something that I thought recently, oh man, it's never going to happen. But lo and behold, from the heavens, Chella's save the day, and you can have your very own Joey action figure. And not only is it my own action figure, it's friggin' cool. It looks so good.
It's awesome, man. It's awesome. And like, the fact that it's Hasbro style as well, you know, and it's not custom. This is your own figure that's been made specifically for you, based on your appearance and your your amazing style that can be seen in Fight With My Family.
Vibrant pink attire.
Of course, man. Honestly,
this is like, yeah, like there was little things in wrestling. I always had a checklist, and like this was the last thing on the checklist that I had to do. Even not wrestling, it just before I died, I was like, I don't know how it's gonna happen, but I have to find a way to have my own action figure. And like a custom figure, no offense to anyone who loves custom figures or has a custom figure, it just wouldn't cut it to me. It had like a specific thing growing up, being surrounded by action figures, just loving action figures. I like would talk to anyone who would listen to me about action figures. So people who know me know my little criteria is like, it had to be a mass-produced one. It couldn't have been just made by me in a basement somewhere. It had to be something that people will buy or want to buy, or, you know, somewhere you have to be able to buy this. And lo and behold, it is currently being mass-produced in a factory, ready to ship out to the masses.
And the actual chase figure has sold out already, as you've said before.
Yeah, completely sold out.
Amazing.
And the other ones are like literally very close to follow. So it's been so crazy, because regardless of the sales of it, I knew I had to take a chance on it, because it was my dream. And it was like the most terrifying thing, I think, out of like anything. It's the one time I was like, I have to do this, and I don't know if it's going to be a good result or not, but it's been so relieving, because like I said, it's been a week and a couple days now that since like the pre-orders, you can pre-order them, and they're so close to selling out now, which I didn't think that would be the case. But there's such a following, like I said, first for retro figures, and there's people that just want to support wrestling and wrestlers and just support the business, that I didn't realize how supportive people are for somebody trying to live their dream. So I'm like eternally grateful for everyone who did pre-order one. Anyone who does pick one up, like I said, absolutely gobsmacked, as you'd say, as you people would say, gobsmacked, gobsmacked by it. And just like it's overwhelming for this to be my dream, and it actually being a success is like, it's super, super nice, because it's one of those times, like I said, it's really the big time I bet on myself, and it actually paid off for me. So I'm a happy little camper, that's for sure.
It's just the small things you've done on social media.
Style sits well with my character, like you said. It's very, very bright.
That's awesome. And so I was just going to say, like, even the small things you've done, like on your social media, advertising it in the Hasbro style, when it had like Ultimate Warrior and Rowdy Piper smashing the figures together, you know, it's just clever marketing. I love it. Like how can you not buy it? And Cella Toys, by the way, not paid to say this or sponsored by them, but they're fucking cheap. They are really cheap in this day and age. They're quite expensive action figures, and Cella Toys are reasonably priced.
Oh yeah. That's it. I walk up and down the aisles of Smith's toy store far too often for an adult to be doing what I do. And I look at the price of that stuff. It's like, my toy is cheaper than that. My toy is more affordable than that. It's like, this is amazing. Yeah, like you said, toys are not cheap now, but Cella, for being a company that produces smaller amounts and being a new upstart company, their prices are actually really good. Like, There's
Really
some
good.
companies selling similar things, and the prices are insane. Even though I love the
Mm,
figures, like I can't spend, you know, 40,
yeah.
50 American dollars on one figure as much as I love it.
Yeah.
But this is one where you don't feel like, oh, you have to take out a loan to buy it. Yeah, it's. I don't know how Cella does it, but they're doing it. Yeah.
Mm. And you can
Mine's the more affordable one, by the way.
potentially get it
Mine's
signed as well.
couple pounds cheaper. Mine's just to let you know, a couple pounds cheaper than the Nick Aldis and the Blue Media and the Hayabusa. Just like a couple. So if you're, you know, a spendthrift, this is the one. This is the one to get.
Sold. Sold. You might get yourself a purchase after the show from yours truly. I don't normally. I used to be obsessed with as a kid, but I don't really sort of collect them as much anymore. To sort of in and out. But I do love it, man, and I love the Teller toys as well. I think the quality. Because I actually spoke to Nick Aldis about his figure as well, and he was, you know, he had full of praise for him. So it's awesome.
The new Joey Night action figure is
With real Joey action. Drop kick your opponent right in the head. Or punch them in the face.
Eat this, Hulk Hogan.
Or do whatever this is supposed to be.
Suck on this, Undertaker.
Buy one to pull out the awesome DDT.
Or buy two and have the ultimate tag team. Or buy three. Or buy four. Or buy 30. Have an all Joey Royal Rumble. Just buy them.
The new Joey Knight action figure from Cella Toys.
Best thing about that story about you being on Raw is literally a dream come true. Triple H praising you, Stephanie praising you. You know, just hit on Lita's hair, but she was cool with you. Even you actually, it wasn't even your first. Like you, it wasn't your last time. You'd be back. You'd actually come back and appear in the Cryme Tyme training videos as a preppy white boy. That is the correct term, not being racist.
That's it. My name was Preppy White Boy. So it's okay. That was my name.
He took a wrong turn in the hood. I love these segments, by the way. If you haven't seen them, go on YouTube and just put Cryme Tyme training videos, WWE. They're fucking brilliant. And you happen to be in one of them. I just want to know how was JTG and how was the late Shad Gaspard to work with?
So good. So JTG and Shad we knew from OVW, and again Shad was like, just to credit him as a human being, so cool. Like I said, we were the short guys. We were the guys that people didn't take much interest in because they didn't think we were going to get called up or anything. So, but Shad, who's a 6'5" monster of a man, was so nice and took such a shine to us. So we were like best buddies. He was like, "Oh, you guys are my boys. You guys are my buddies." And it's so neat to see that, because all the other guys are turning their nose up at us, and then he was like, "No, these guys are cool. These guys aren't even just cool. These guys are awesome." And JTG, he started without a contract. He just showed up at OVW, and he was working at a daycare at our gym. So the gym we went to, he was working the daycare, and he was just working his way up.
Oh wow!
He also loves like the wrestling action figures. So we talked about Hasbro. He loves Bret Hart. So we had a connection there. So it was so cool to see them. And like I said, those are two guys that just literally worked their way up completely. So it was so nice to have that moment with them, because those were like my buddies in WWE. So it was so cool.
Yeah,
and we were just super excited about it, because they're like, oh, and the same thing, they can beat me down because we're buddies. It's kind of like with me and my brother, like, you know what, let's knock the hell out of him, because it's just Joey. It's fine, he's our buddy, we'll apologize about it later. So luckily I brought 2 changes of outfits. The first time I got knocked so hard I flew off camera and landed in a puddle like airborne, because Shad hit me, and I just was like 6 feet in the air and landed face first in this huge puddle of mud. And they're like, "That was great, but we need another take, and you are completely covered in mud." It's like, "Do you have any more clothes?" I'm like, "Yeah, I've got another change." So I changed my outfit.
There, mate.
So
by luck.
that was like actually take 2 of that, yeah, because they hit me so hard that I went flying into a puddle, yeah. But I mean, it's just excitement for me, because the whole time it's happening, you're like, this is going to be on Raw. This is going to be on WWE Raw. And that kind of stuff is like forever. Like you said, if you Google it or you put it on YouTube, you will actually find the clip. So like in my mind, I think of that, like that is your part of WWE history, no matter how big or small you're part of history for. So that's, it goes through your mind the whole time. It's it's crazy, but you put your most effort into it. So then I did like crazy, like screaming when I was running away and stuff because I wanted to make sure I was like memorable in some way. So I screamed like the most high pitched scream I could possibly do. And when they hit me, I made sure again I went flying like 8 feet in the corner. Same thing. It's like I don't care if I break my ribs. I just want to be on TV. It's fine. But it was such a cool experience. That was in the hood, but in Kentucky. We were in Louisville at that time. So the WWE team went to Louisville to film that. Yeah. Because I remember taking my family over to visit me. It's like, oh, you want to go to the hood where I got beat up? So I took them to the same spot. Yeah.
That's quality, man.
Yeah.
This is where I did the second take. This is where I got the drink.
That's it, exactly. This is where they're kicking me in the head as we stole my wallet like that. And then even to this day, I'm in touch with JTG, and he saw my figure from Cella, so he's like, "Ooh, Joey Knight, your figure is amazing." So there may be something coming from Cella Toys with JTG. Maybe we'll see. But yeah. So, but that's a tease. Yeah, but because because he loved my figure so much. Like I said, he's a wrestling fan at heart, and he loves action figures. So he saw my toys like, "Oh, that is amazing! I want one." He's had plenty of figures, from WWE, but he's not had like a retro style figure. And so I got him in touch with a few people I know from Cella Toys. So we may be seeing something else joining the line soon. Yeah.
JTG Retro.
Beating me down. Yeah.
That's wicked, man. That's brilliant. Like I genuinely love those segments. Did Bruce Pritchard direct them by any chance, or was it a different director?
Yeah.
He did?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
he was there, yeah. Yep.
I love them, man. You could not get away with those segments in 2021. Not a chance.
Oh no, that's when I was watching it back. Yeah, like preparing for like different podcasts and stuff like that. I was watching it back. It's like you couldn't get away with that now. You couldn't. There's no way. Yeah, exactly. No.
But they're brilliant, man.
Performances by highly trained professional criminals. Their actions should not be imitated whatsoever in your hood.
Brooklyn.
Yo, 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 yo. Pop a 40 and check your rollies. It's Cryme Tyme. Oh, snap. Looks like Homeboy made a wrong turn coming home from Banana Republic.
I've not seen a Starbucks in like 5 blocks.
You want coffee, G? Well, the good news is there's something tall, black, and smooth right behind you.
I think I'm in the hood.
The bad news is this ain't no venti skimmed latte. This is Cryme Tyme.
Call you back.
And this is how Cryme Tyme trains for endurance. That boy must be straight bugging if his chubby ass thought he was going to outrun Shad Gaspard and JTG.
Now you know you in the hood now.
As Cryme Tyme attempts to help their training partner up, they realize what was slowing him down. His wallet, playa. Welcome to the hood, homeboy.
Money, yeah.
Join us again next week for the further adventure.